The following show is a paid program.
Thank you so much for joining me. What's up? I have one of the best radio personalities in Houston here with me on today, Mika Diamond. She is also the CEO of Visible Evidence. Hey, lady, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Cam?
I'm excited. I'm just going to be honest.
I'm excited as well.
Mika Diamond is just, oh my God. She is the person that really helped me continue on my journey. I was in radio, and I'll just tell the story real quickly. I was in radio, and I left one radio station, didn't have another one I was going to, but I remembered that she was having an event one night. I turned my car back around because I was headed home, and I said, I gotta go to Mika Diamond's event. I cannot miss it. Saw her, told her I left the other radio station, and that night she said, you have got to meet the owner of GMT. Shout out to K-Nice, my friend. I tell you, that night I signed. I said, I'm doing it. Thank God for her, because she allowed me and helped me along the way to get here. Man, thank you, lady.
You are so welcome.
These are some of the pictures that we have been at events together with. The reason on today that I'm wearing pink is for breast cancer survivors. And shout out to our lady, Dr. Jenny Bennett and Janice Workoff. Yes. Oh, Joe Golden, absolutely. Our lady, our friend. Yeah.
Yes.
Joe Golden. We went
absolutely. They've been doing some amazing some amazing things, especially within the city of Houston when it comes to breast cancer. So definitely want to make sure that we give a shout out and congratulations to them. Yes.
Absolutely. Our topic on today is from pain to purpose. And let's just start talking. Who is Mika Diamond? Let's start, lady.
Well, there are many sides of Mika Diamond. Yeah. One of the things that I'm a part of, I am a radio show host for GMT Radio. Yeah. I'm the host of the Morning Tea Radio Show, which comes on every Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. I'm also the founder, CEO of Visible Evidence Consulting Firm, where we focus on branding, marketing, and one of the things that I absolutely love, is community outreach. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm a part of. I'm also the NAACP Brazoria County political chair, and I'm also the chapter leader of the South Houston Promote Her, which is a women's organization of entrepreneurs who are doing an amazing job nationwide. And we support, educate, motivate, and do whatever it is that we need to do in order to make sure that our businesses grow within the sisterhood.
I appreciate that, lady. Now you all see, I tell you, Mika Diamond, she is the top of the top. She is the best of the best. She's been a friend to me over and over. Anytime I needed to call her, anything, day or night, she would say, hey, Cam, what you need? I mean, up and Adam, she would always help me, and I so appreciate that from you. You said, let's talk about from pain to purpose. Why so?
Well, one of the reasons is we always hear the good side. Yeah. We always see the glory, but we never get a chance to really see the story and the segments, what have happened throughout life in order to see what made you get to where you are and what helped you, who motivated you, who helped you to get to the place where you are. And so I'm always transparent. I did go through some struggles. My brother was killed in 2007, which actually motivated me to have my footprint in the ground. That has been the motivation of me and my support, my service work, which has allowed me to be in the room of some individuals that I never would have thought that I would be in a room with, based on wanting to provide an outlet for young adults to make sure that they don't make some of the same mistakes that my brother did that we had no idea about. But I also had some struggles in business. You know, there's some things that I didn't know that I had to learn along the way. And so, you know, you just want to make sure that those who are in a space where they need encouragement, when you're in a specific area and you don't know how to move forward, you want to hear some of the steps and the things that happen in order to make sure that you kept your eyes on God, you focused and made sure that you kept your faith and continue to pray and allow God to move those individuals that needed to be in the space with you to help you, motivate you to keep forward. So that was one of the things and one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about from pain to purpose, because that's how I found my purpose, through pain.
I love that. I love that. You are also a former hairstylist. You still do hair sometimes.
I do. I keep it a secret though. I do, but I keep it a secret.
Let's talk about that. You were a hairstylist. How is,
Yes.
a lot of the hairstylists, and the reason I bring that up now through COVID, of course, people have been at home, they're not working. So many of them haven't gone back to their hairstylist or have changed up a little bit.
Yes. Well, I did hair for over 15 years. I started, and actually hair was really what helped me, was a segue into my business that I have today, which is Visible Evidence. I built relationships by having those sit in my chair and them talking to me, because as a hairstylist, you know that you are a counselor, you're an attorney, you're a doctor, whatever it is that you need to be in that moment, you are. And so what that did was it created relationships for me that has carried me for 20 to 25 years and beyond, based on those relationships. So as a stylist, especially during the pandemic, I know it is very difficult to be able to creatively come up with ways in this season to make sure that you're still productive and you're actually growing. But one of the things that I can say is that if they've built a foundation in their clients, if they built that relationship to them to where it's not just about the money, it's not just about the service, but it's about them as an individual, that it will sustain them during these difficult moments. Going after all of the things, what the guidelines are within the state, to make sure that you are protecting yourself as well as the clients that come into the salons as well. But I always go back to the foundation of where I grew from, being my mentor that has helped me along the way to build those relationships with those who are being supportive of you, because hair is really not a necessity. We've made it a necessity, but it's really a desire. And so if those who are spending money with you when it comes to your service that you're providing, you have to make sure that you nurture those relationships so that they can go on for years to come.
Absolutely. I love that. You talk about branding. You work on branding. You help people brand their businesses and themselves, because as you always say, we are our own brand.
Yes, I do. And I also love to educate. I had to get in a space of learning my own. I had to learn it on my own, to be able to know the do's and the don'ts and what worked and what didn't work. And so branding is it's not fundamental, but it's something that you will need in order to sustain your business, especially during this time. And I have been speaking about, you don't want your business to lay dormant. You want to make sure that you are constantly having traction and bringing exposure to your businesses, because right now we don't really have outside marketing because of the different things that's happening in the pandemic. So you have to come up with creative ways, and you are your brand, whether it's your logo, whether it's your colors, whether it's where you're placing your particular items or your business, to make sure that it is going to be a platform that's going to bring exposure, the right exposure, and then knowing your target audiences. A lot of those who are putting out things, collateral, aren't really target specific. So there is a strategic method in branding and marketing, and you have to get with someone who has that level of expertise in that area to make sure that they're coaching you in the right direction when it comes to your brand. And you want it to be, I always say, you don't want a brand or a company to be up today and then gone tomorrow. So you have to do whatever it is that you need to do in order to make sure that it's consistent with the exposure, and then you're using the right platforms, and how to use those are very important.
Absolutely. I love it. Mika Diamond was the person, she does not know this, she's the person who actually helped me in marketing my show. Yeah, you were. You
I
were.
did
She was.
not.
She was
Well, to God be the glory.
consistently. She was consistently places. She was consistently telling people. She was consistently putting e-flyers out. She was putting video out, and I learned from her by her consistency. She would always say, "You are your brand. Don't go out without being your brand." And I kept thinking or listening to her over and over as she would say this, and I learned from her. Thank God for her, because consistency was the key. It wasn't the likes. It wasn't the if anybody made the remarks. It was just being consistent, being relevant, being there. People would see it, but maybe they didn't like it. Click on like through Facebook, or maybe they didn't say anything on Instagram, but they consistently saw it. So we see things 7+ times, we will remember it. Just keep looking at it and keep looking at it and keep looking at it. Thank you for that, because she has always been consistent on doing things, on whatever it is. And also, it's always been the top. She's paid for it. She spent the money at it. And she also talks about with people many times when branding, that's where you put your money. You put your money in the brand. You put your money in the marketing, the consistency. Get somebody that knows how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then knowing that not only for social media, but even when you go out into networking events, knowing what you're supposed to do, knowing what you're supposed to wear, knowing what your pitch is and what you're supposed to say to specific people, because your target audience may change depending on what platform you're on or what event you're invited to. So all of those are key factors when it comes to branding, and making sure that when you're wearing your brand at 24/7, 365 days of the year. So when you're getting ready to say certain things on social media, or when you're getting ready to say certain things within a room, or you're acting a certain way, just understand that that follows your brand as well. So we have to be very careful in the things that we do. We have to be really intentional in the things that we do as well, to make sure that we are bringing the right exposure to our companies and our organizations.
I love that. Let's talk about the morning tea and how that concept came about.
Wow. So the morning tea, let's just say, there's a season. God has a season for you, for different segues, different elements of life. I never in a million years would have thought that I would be on a radio platform. I was the child in school that knew the answer, but didn't want to raise her hand because I didn't want the attention to be on me in the classroom. So when I was awarded the opportunity, I had done quite a few interviews for the past 5 or 6 years on different radio platforms. And at the time I was doing some PR work and I had some clients. And so I would go to the different stations in order to make sure that they were, the interviews went successfully and things of that nature. But I went to GMT and it was an opportunity that had multiple avenues, multiple segments, multiple things that I would be able to utilize for my clients. And one day I was offered the opportunity when it came up to be a radio show host for 5 days out of the week in the morning. And first I was like, no, I don't think I want to do that. And then I turned 40 and I said, you know what, Mika, you never back down from a challenge. So try it and see how it will work. Never did I know that this platform for the morning tea has really opened up windows for those who have been suffering through things for years, and listening to the different topics that we discuss and those who share their stories and utilize that platform makes it more comfortable for those who have been holding things in for years and years to be able to speak about them. And so it's been very, very therapeutic for some. It's been really rewarding for others to be able to say that I'm not alone. There is someone else who has experienced the things that I have experienced. And I realized that God had purposed me for this platform in order for me to help others in the areas that they needed help in. So we have formed a Morning Tea family. We have a community that supports each other on and off the air. Those who have cried, have laughed, have shared some things. And so it's just an amazing feeling that I know now that I was purposed to be in this position on this platform to be able to help those who have really been trying to work through some things that they have had through some realities of life. So that's how the Morning Tea came about.
So many people love you, love you, love you, lady. They love the fact about the morning tea, and you bring up all aspects or new things that are happening in the media. They're happening in the news right then, and then you discuss them.
Yes, I do. I definitely, because, there's some things, there's some topics that I would love to get feedback on. There's that up to understand. Sometimes your perspective can change when you hear someone else speak. And so it's a transparent platform. I always say it's a free zone for those, a safe space for those. We don't pass judgment on the conversations, the things that others have opinions on, because again, sometimes your perspective can change based on the conversation and the dialogue. And I always say, you never know if you will ever be in this space if you haven't been in this space before. But if you are, if this happens and it knocks on your door, then you'll know how to handle some of the things and be able to move forward in some of the things that you had to deal with.
I love that. I want to highlight some of the things that you've done, most recently with the seniors. Because of the fact COVID happened, they could not celebrate many of them. And let's talk about what you did for a lot of the seniors.
Yeah, so I'm a servant worker, and I feel like if God blesses me with something, then he's blessed me because he trusts me enough to be able to deliver to someone else. And so during the time, I felt bad for the seniors who weren't able to participate in some of their senior activities that they would normally participate in. And so I wanted some of them to be recognized. So I put out a live, and this happened at the spur of the moment. It was like maybe 24 hours. I was trying to figure out what to do. I put out a live to actually highlight 10 to 12 seniors. I asked them for particulars, some things that I wanted them to send me in regards to what they were going to do in college, some of the hardships that they have during high school, so they can be able to motivate those who have already went through some of these things or help those who may, linking them up with the person who they would need to speak with in order to help them in the field that they were going into college, to be able to mentor them and help them in that area. And so it was just a give back. I had one student whose mom actually gave her a prom at home. So her and her mom was on to actually explain, how did it feel as a mom for your daughter to get a prom dress and then get the call that they weren't actually going to have a prom. And so she did a prom at her home, and we had that discussion. And so it was just a time that I wanted to highlight them. Becoming a senior and graduating from high school is a major platform. It's a whole historical moment for young adults. And I didn't want them to get discouraged because they missed out on some of the things that some of their peers had experienced already. And so I just wanted them to feel special and wanted to make sure that, don't hold your head down, hold your head up. You performed, you have done an amazing job, and you're getting ready to go to your next level of success. And let's help you along the way by providing a mentor in the area that you're going to when you get into college.
Absolutely. One of the pictures we want to show right now, let's see one of the pictures, and we'll describe what that was.
Okay.
This is the picture that we were at Joe Golden, shout out to her, and we won the Influencers Award, and Sonia Lowe is with us there. Yes.
That was an amazing moment. So yes, definitely shout out to Miss Golden. It was Black Excellence. It was Black Excellence, which was awesome. We got a chance to network with those who we haven't seen in person, but we network on social media, those who are influencers in the city of Houston who are doing some amazing things. So it was awesome to be able to connect with those that are seriously genuine about the things that they do within the city of Houston.
And we want to shout her out. She just finished her last chemotherapy, I think, wasn't it? Radiation and all. She just, cancer free. Shout out to her.
Yes.
And we always are praying with her in prayers with all of anybody who is going through that right now. There's another picture of us they want to show. There you go. Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Jenny Bennett, you are the MC.
Actually, this is actually my event. Dr.
Okay.
Jeannie Bennett she partnered with me this year. So we have an
Yes.
event called Ribbons in the Sky.
Yes.
And what we do is we select a organization who is providing resources, education when it comes to breast cancer. And so one of the things that we wanted to do was highlight those individuals that were there on that evening. And we give awards. We also had an auction, and those who are breast cancer survivors, those who are actually going through breast cancer. And what we do is want to send them off within this month to make sure that they know that we're supporting them, and then we're providing funds based on those with the ticket sales that we receive. This is our third annual breast cancer titled Ribbons in the Sky that happens every October.
Wow. Why so breast cancer? Why did you choose that?
Breast cancer is one that we see often.
Yes.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. My Ribbons in the Sky event is for all cancers. It's for all cancers. And the reason why I do it for all cancers is because I want all of them to be recognized. All of them are an illness.
Yes.
And I don't want anyone to feel slighted or shorted because of the month that we're in.
Right.
Last year, I did breast cancer because Dr. Bennett and her organization has been doing such an amazing job. And if you know Dr. Bennett, you know that she is a firehouse, and she is all over doing whatever she can possibly do to help those with breast cancer. And so since we were honoring her organization, we decided to do breast cancer for last year, and we'll have a spring Ribbons in the Sky that will have all of the cancers will be involved.
Sounds good. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we are back with Mika Diamond. Hey, lady.
Hey, we are back with
We
Cam
are
Hill.
back. That is so fun. We were talking a little earlier about radio. Let's go through. Now, you have different days that you do different things on your show. Let's talk about those.
I do. So on Monday, we have Men Talk Monday, and we utilize Mondays as a platform for men. So we have topics that men come up with, And as ladies, we listen. We listen to the men, and oftentimes we always say, men are more. They really don't really speak a lot on some of the things and some of their emotions that they go through, and some of the things that they happen to witness. So it's a free zone for them to speak about whatever it is that they want to speak about. And as women, we listen. We also say some of the things, but to make sure that we give them the opportunity to share some of their thoughts that they have on a regular basis. And then on Tuesdays, we have Truthful Tuesdays, where that's definitely truthful. One of those things that it may sting, it may hurt, but it's the truth. And then on Wednesday,
you jumping over these, I can see real quick.
Oh man, listen.
I've been on Truthful Tuesdays. Oh yeah.
Truthful Tuesday. You just never know what will happen on a Tuesday. On Wednesdays, we have Women's Worth Wednesday. So that is the exact opposite of Mondays, which is for the women to have a platform. On Thursdays, we have Biz Blooper Thursdays, where we talk about business education. We talk about different workshops, some of the hardships that some businesses have went through. Wanted to make sure that we offer them, the opportunity to share. This is what you don't do, and these are some of the things that actually work. We have hiccups we have learned throughout our business process, and so just want to make sure that we open the opportunity for questions, those who would love to share their story and some of the things, just to help those along the way who are starting a business or who are actually in a business at the time. And then on Fridays, we have Sip and Trip Fridays. Well, you just never know what will happen on a Friday. We sip, we trip, we have fun, we laugh. But yeah, you just never know what will happen on a Friday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. And each one of the days I've listened to, and I love them all. Each day is something different.
You definitely will be on a roller coaster from one day to the next, but Absolutely. It's all good fun.
It's all good fun. You are part of an excellent organization for women, Promote Her. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I happen to be blessed to be a part of the women's organization. It's a national organization of women entrepreneurs. And what I love about me being a leader and us launching last June is the growth that what has happened. Talking about marketing and branding, I myself and Sonia Lowe, the Embrace Coach, we branded to make sure that women knew the opportunity organizations where, they're up one day and they're down the next. Some organizations don't have the opportunity to be able to be as engaged as they would like to, but Promote Her has opened up tremendous doors for me. My business is not just in the city of Houston. It is now going to other cities and other states. I built a sisterhood and business with those who are in other areas and help them in the process of digital marketing and branding as well. But there's been some tremendous growth within the Promote Her organization. We now have a Promote Her channel. We have mastermind sessions, think tank sessions, networking events virtually, just to be able to be a part of a sisterhood. When you get down in your business and you need that encouragement and you want to make sure that someone you can speak to that has the level of expertise in that specific area, it just feels good to be able to tap into your sisterhood and not have to go outside of our ecosystem in order to make sure that we are handling business the right way and we're strategically and intentionally doing the things that we need to do in order for us to grow. And I'll be honest, during this pandemic, being a part of Promote Her has really taken my business to the next level. So I definitely want to make sure that I give a shout out to our founder, Najia Brooks, and Mark Davenport from Straight to the Top. We have all became a organization of business owners that are really wanting to see others succeed. And so by being a part of Promote Her, I have sustained my business. I have grown in my business more in the pandemic because of learning the strategic methods and the things that I need to do in my business. So I encourage those who are, feeling down about the things that they need to do within their business because they're not growing or they're not consistent or they're not getting to the next level. Or if you're wanting to birth a business and you don't know how to birth that business, it's important to be within an organization that you trust, that's really going to help you succeed and really want to see you succeed.
Outstanding. Two of my favorite people, Najia Brooks, as well as Mark Davenport. I'm telling you, they have helped me being to sit here. They've helped me be here. We've talked extensively about that. They've been guests on my show before. And what I love so much about them, they're passionate about helping us. They're passionate. They want us to succeed. They want us to go straight to the top, like Mark Davenport's organization is. Nigeria Brooks, she wants women to promote within, to promote each one of them within the organization. That's what I love. You promote within, promote her. I love that part so much.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been amazing to be able to just grow in knowledge and being able to make sure that you can tap into your own network for the things that you need, and you can trust those that are within the network as well. And it's very important. We are women who support, we network, it's hard. You try not to go outside of the network, and to be able to be nationally by tapping into your sisterhood in different cities and states has been amazing. And it's been a true blessing when it comes to myself and my business.
I love that, because you're circulating the dollars within. You circulate within the community, the sisterhood. You're helping each family over and over with your own dollars. You do that, and then you bring other women along with you. And many, as I always say, all of these ladies are queens. So I love that in speaking to the terms of endearment that you all talk to each other with, just the community itself, and how you push each other up. You lift each other up. You call each other and touch base with, hey, how you doing? What's going on today? How's your business? What do you need? I love that part.
Yes, it's been a blessing. It's been an extreme blessing. So I'm excited about what's to grow, what's to come. We have a new space on the north side of Houston, a 13,000 square foot space. It's a collaborative space for those who want to come in and utilize the space for office space, and a studio that's there as well for filming and different things like that. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome, and it's going to continue to be awesome as we grow. So
absolutely, I love that. The other part of that, you do other nonprofits. You work with other nonprofits. Let's talk about those.
Yes. So as I said before, in 2007, when my brother was killed due to gang violence, that was the fire spark inside of me that said, you know what, I want to give the young adults a different way to go, knowing that they don't have to be a part of a gang, associated with a gang, in order for them to feel like they're a part of something. And so my drive and my focus has been, I've rebuilt parks and drug infested apartment complexes with my organization. We have annual games every year that offer scholarships to the Alief Independent School District. I am also a part of HISD's 21st Century Project, where we go into the schools after school programs and talk to them and do some different strategies and do some things that will help them along the way. And so I'm a part of the World Youth Foundation, which is an organization that's been in inception for 30 years. I'm actually an executive that I love that organization, because we take kids to the Congressional Black Caucus every year. For the past 25 years, they've been going there, and they're being able to be in a room to understand legislative laws and bring it back to their school campuses to talk about some of the things that they need to do within their community to be able to change some of the things that's happening today. So I really take pride into the youth because of what happened to my brother. So I always dig in the trenches. I'm always doing something to make sure that I have an effort in the growth of the young adults, because we can talk about it all the time, but unless you are in and you're speaking to them and understand some of the things that they are going through as young adults, especially right now during the pandemic time, you have to dig deep and get involved in order to understand. And so that has been my passion. It's been my drive. It's been my focus. So if there's any organizations that are doing anything or need help or resources, I would love to take part in that. You can reach out to me or reach out to Cam. Cam will give me the information, but I love to be able to contribute towards the greater good of the youth. So whatever I can do, I do it.
Yes, that's the truth. She does do it. She is on it all the time. And all different type of organizations you have been part of, you have helped along the way. Yes. In looking at that, we have 40 million plus people at home. They're unemployed and they have a dream. Let's talk to the dreamers, Mika. Let's talk to those that are at home at this point and really many times don't know what to do because they've worked a job maybe 20 years, 15 years, or whatever it might be. And that was the only source of income that they thought they could do.
One of the things that helped me, not just in this season,
Yes.
but you have to realize, you have to look back at what God has planted the seed, that he's focused on that seed. And you have to look at your situation and say, God instilled in me a seed. I'm really good at this, or I'm really good at that. He's blessed me with something to be able to utilize. So you have to dig deep and look back over your life previously and figure out, okay, I do have this gift. How can I use this gift? And so if you are in right now, I've called this season the birthing season.
Yes.
If you had a baby in your belly and you just haven't nurtured the baby, and you need the baby to actually be born, take time to be a part of organizations. Take time to speak to those who have a level of expertise in a specific area that can help you birth your baby.
Yes.
If you're in a season where you have a business that has laid dormant and you've went back to a full-time job, and now you can go back to that business that you had previously, maybe you didn't launch it the correct way, or maybe it wasn't sustainable because of the things that you did, or didn't have resources to do that. Now is the time, as you sit, be creative and put those plans and be intentional in the things that you do in order to make the business, relaunch it. I feel like this is a season for us to be able to pay attention, to really sit, think, write plans out, connect with those. There are plenty of workshops, webinars, virtual things on Eventbrite that you can learn from, but you just have to put in your mind, yes, this did happen. What am I going to do about it? What is the solution to the things that I know that I need to do? And so in this season, I think that that's one of the main things. Start implementing. Don't wait. Don't sit on it. Actually start moving, so you can have some progression in the things that you want to do.
Right. And this is the time, if you ever thought about doing more certifications, if you thought about, to add on to what you already know, this would be the time to start doing those things.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a time to sit and feel sorry for yourself. It's a time to say, okay, again, if God has planted this seed, let me nurture this seed so that I can birth whatever it is that I need to birth. And that has been the focus. You're losing time by sitting back and being sorry for what has happened, and not knowing that this could be your starting point that could change your life, that can make your dreams come true. But you have to begin. You have to come out of the sad space and go in a purpose space and say, I was purposed to do these things. I've been blessed to do these things. So I just actually need to go out and put one foot in the front of the other and actually do the things that I'm supposed to do.
I love that. You also, during your workshops and other things that I've noticed or I've heard you do, even in branding yourself or just marketing your company, many people, the first thing they say is, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we always say. We don't have the money. I don't have the money to put there. I don't have the money to do that. But you've spent a lot of money for the desk, the chair, the office space, all of everything else, but you don't have the money to market it. Nobody knows it's there. Nobody knows that the store is open. You've gotten all this inventory. You don't know that. What I love about you is that you also speak of collaboration. You push collaboration, two people collaborating together and, combining their resources. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I just believe that you can't do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
I believe that there are people that are put in place that have a level of expertise in different areas, and you have to utilize those resources. And I always say, you have to invest in your business. You have to grow your business. You have to take the time to say, you know what, the money that I'm spending in this area, I need to use it in another area. And that's one of the things that's the biggest issue is saying that I'm going to do something by not doing something else. So that's one of the biggest things. But I had a workshop on last week for $29.
Yes.
And my whole purpose of the workshop was not just to have growth in financials, but to educate those on, if you're not going to utilize my specific services, my particular services, that if you go out into the marketplace and you use someone else, then you'll understand the value of what you're needing from them in order to make sure that you're not wasting money. That was the ultimate goal for that class, because there are a lot of people who are all of a sudden, they're great in an area and they've been blessed to have a gift, but they don't know the fundamentals of business in order to make sure that they conduct good business. And so just wanted to make sure that if you're going to spend money in particular areas, that you understand the value in what you're supposed to receive. And by receiving that, it creates better relationships. It creates referrals for others, but it also will help you bring exposure to your business as well. So that was the ultimate goal of that. But collaborating, you have to collaborate. Yes, you may be good in a lot of different areas, but you're not excellent in them all. So you have to connect and collaborate with someone else that has good ground in an area that you need help with in order to help you sustain and grow your business as well. So ultimately, yes, branding, marketing, education is ultimate, even if it's not for you to do it yourself, but you need to understand the value of what's needed. So when you're out going into the marketplace and wanting to utilize other people for services, you know the dialogue, you know what it is that you should ask for, and you also know what you're supposed to receive in the process because of the desires of what you need for your business.
Excellent, excellent. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with Mika Diamond.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we are back with Mika Diamond. Hey, lady.
Hey, I'm excited to be back.
I know this. We were talking about a lot of things, especially branding and other things that you do your workshops. If I'm just telling everybody, if you ever have an opportunity to have Mika Diamond and she's doing a workshop, get on immediately. I'm telling you, the amount of money that you're paying is nothing to what she's going to give.
Absolutely. You are absolutely correct.
I love the fact that you love to help each person with their business. Let's tell each other why we should spend money on marketing and not the office and not the other things. Because many times, just so people can know where you are, for one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just take this time for an example. Mm-hmm. Many are not in the office.
Right.
So if you spend money on all of those things and you don't spend that money on the marketing to actually sustain your business and continue to be consistent, then it'll get lost in the shuffle. Your business will be lost in the shuffle. And you just want to make sure that it's not lost in the shuffle. Right. So you have to be consistent. You have to. There are several ways of marketing. There is, online digital marketing as well, putting professional content out that's target specific. That's going to represent you and your company. There's email marketing. There's several platforms of social media marketing that you can do as well. But you do not want to get lost in the shuffle. You don't want your business to get lost in the shuffle. And so what do you do by that? You have to invest in marketing dollars to continue, and also set yourself apart in the marketplace. There are a lot of businesses that are the same. So
Yes.
what will set you apart by being different in order for someone or a potential customer to want to utilize your service or purchase a product from you? So you have to get with someone that will help you learn that aspect and what it is that will set you apart. And then the target audience specifically to those who will need your services as well.
I love that. You also bring up the fact many times now that the brick and mortar, which is your storefront, those are closing, a lot of them, or they are shutting down. Online marketing, you've helped so many people do online and still have a same store and still have a lucrative
Right.
marketplace.
Absolutely. And as a time such as this, what will
Yes.
happen if you close the doors? If
Yes.
you weren't doing the marketing, what will happen? People will lose. You will lose your business. So
Yes.
if you were already having those things in place, then and you were consistent, it would just be a pivot transition and it
Right.
would be a shutdown. And that's what's most important. You have to learn how to pivot from one spot to the next. There are things that happen all the time. There could be, God forbid, a fire in your
Yes.
place, and you're not up you're not in a new space quick enough in order for you to continue consistently having business. So you have to pivot doing something else. And one of the pivot things is making sure that you're consistent with your marketing. So it's not just you're closing down, it's just a transition
Right.
into something else. And that's why it's so important. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of marketing and branding.
Yes.
And if you're in a position now where you're slow, you're not getting potential clients, you're not getting more exposure, it's because you didn't put those marketing dollars aside in order to make sure that you stay consistent and you're continuously doing the same things and people can keep remembering who you are and who your business is.
One real, and I love that about you, one real thing that I know that you always do, one thing you tell clients all the time is, have you spoken with your past clients? Have you picked up the
Yes.
phone and said hello to your past clients? Because many of the past clients during this pandemic, they're at home too, but they know somebody that can use your services, but they just weren't thinking about it. So you always say, even in this time, make phone calls. You're at home, you're not doing anything, call your past clients just to see how they are doing. And many times they'll say, oh, I was just talking to a friend and she needs your services or he needs your services.
Yes, absolutely. And I always say the fortune is in the follow-up. If you have ever been in multi-level marketing, then you understand the fortune in the follow-up. You cannot have a client, regardless if they're currently your client or previously, you can't have one client and just forget about them altogether. Yes, their business could be booming. Their marketing could be excellent because you've given them the process. You've given them the blueprint to continue to be consistent and continue to gain exposure in the marketplace. But it's always, as I said from the beginning, the foundation is the relationship. And as long as you have that relationship with your past clients, your current clients, and even those who are potential clients, they will trust you enough to want to continue to utilize your services. Or if they don't need your services at that time, they will in fact refer you to someone else, because not only did they trust you to spend their dollars with you, but they trust you to know that you care enough to make sure that they're still moving in an upward position and an upward direction to make sure that they're still growing in their business. So the fortune is in the follow-up, whether they're your client now, they're going to be your client, or if they were previously your client, you should still continue to have that relationship with them, which is very important.
Absolutely. I love that. You also talk about the fact when we were just discussing the collaboration, but something, for example, if a person is needing a kitchen and you're in another space and they have kitchen space, you always say to that person, you might want to talk about them in subleasing or subspace or something like that, because many people say, I can't afford it. That's always, I don't have the money. I don't have the funds. But there's always a way, and you are a solution. You always come up with solutions that I love.
Yeah, I think that's what that's the purpose for me.
Yes.
I think I've developed resources, but Cam, I'll be honest with you. I still go back to the old motto, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yes.
That's the motto that I go to this day at the age of 42. I believe in relationships with people. I believe in utilizing resources and collaborating with other people. And I think if you build those relationships, I know that if you build those relationships and you are sincere and genuine in the things that you're doing, then it as before, if God blessed me with it to have
Yes.
this resource and this relationship, then it's my duty to be able to bless somebody else with it. And so that has been my motto. I believe that's what's consistently has grown my business, because people trust me. They believe in me. They know that everything that comes from me is genuine.
Yes.
There's nothing behind. I don't have any motives, but I just honestly believe that if I've been blessed with a resource or an opportunity for you to grow, and I can share this information with you, then I do that because it's my duty. And because of me being the way that I am, because of me doing things the way that I have done things, is really what has helped me grow and build relationships, just like my relationship with Mr. Cam Hill on the Cam Hill Show.
I love that. That's so true. That is so true. On today, we're going to shout out a lot of people that love you. They love you, love you, love you. And many of them have said, Cam, please tell Mika hello. So if I can't say everyone's names, I can't say one or two because I get in trouble, but the world loves you. And I've had so many calls about you being on the show. My God, thank God you were here. I'd have been in trouble. But I know I get in trouble a lot, so that's okay. That's another thing. But definitely, let's talk about if somebody wanted to be in radio, and you have a guest, don't you? Somebody you wanted to talk about with the radio.
Yes, I do have a guest. And I'm excited to introduce her because she has been my mentor since I was a little girl. For those who don't know, I have been home in Louisiana for a week and just enjoying family and reflecting on where I've been and where I have grown to, and just being able to relax. And so my cousin has been my mentor from the beginning of doing hair. I used to work in her salon by shampooing. And so I learned how to be an entrepreneur at an early age. And she has been supportive of me. She is one of the Morning Tea's biggest fans. For those who have seen her name, they haven't had the opportunity to see her face. So I'm going to allow her to come on in and say hello to everyone and just mention a little of how you feel about me.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Hey.
I'm Shelly Warren, and it's been a pleasure to have Mika here with me for a week. We have done so much this past week.
Yes.
Due to the virus, the COVID-19, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
So I was glad that she decided to come and spend a week here with my family. And in the past, coming up, she was my shampoo girl. And yes, she was my little shampoo girl. And to see her blossom,
yes,
I thank God.
Yeah.
I thank God. God is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, thank you all. Good afternoon, morning.
Exactly. Did you think Mika Diamond would be who she is today when she was the shampoo girl?
Yes, I saw those potentials.
You did.
Yes.
Well, she's top of her game now, lady. I'm telling you, she's at the top of her game. Yeah.
To God be the glory.
Isn't that something? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, lady, what would you like to leave with the viewers?
I would just like to thank everyone, Cam. It has been an amazing journey. God has truly been good. I won't get emotional, but I've had some struggles from pain to purpose, and I'm just grateful that God has shown me what my purpose is, and I continue to be who He has made me to be. Because of who I am, I have built relationships with those across the world, and I just couldn't be more excited to share whatever it is that I have that God has blessed me with those who are within the city. If you're out of the city, just know that I dig in the trenches. I am not one to not walk the walk that I talk. I walk it every single day because when I leave this life, when I'm on to the next life, I want to leave a legacy of those who knew truly who I am as an individual and continue to move forward. So I invest in the youth because we have generations to come. And as adults, as mentors, we have to make sure that we sow seeds into these young adults to make sure that they're making better decisions when they get our age and beyond. So I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you for allowing me to be on your platform. It has been an extreme blessing to me. It's been great to know that I have moved others. And that's confirmation
Yes.
of what I ask God. When I pray to God, I ask God to be the light for others to see him through me. And I continue to walk that walk each and every day. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have confirmation such as this, to be able to know that I am walking how God wants me to walk.
Well, lady, I tell you what, you have blessed my life beyond measure. You couldn't even put a dollar on the amount of what you have given to me. I wanted you to know that, because many times with this COVID and all, we don't have the opportunity to tell someone or give them their flowers while they are living. And I wanted you to know, not only have you been a pivotal point in my life, you have truly been one of my greatest blessings. And you may not have known that. In doing this, in looking at it, and man, you care so much for someone to be their best, to be at the top of their game. And you unapologetically have given me the opportunity to be who I am. And I so thank you for that, because I knew nothing coming into this industry. I knew nothing about going and what to do and how to turn. And thank you for the wisdom that you gave, the talks that we spoke about, and everything that you did when I said that night I was not going to do it again, because I had stopped. I had spent a lot of my money. And I, at that point, was ready to really shut it down. And you on that night said, nope, we're signing you up right now. Okay, Nice, you need to meet him right this moment. Chris Bryant, shout out to her. She in the same did it. And he said, well, do you want a podcast? He said, no, he has to have another radio show, and he has to do it immediately. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I believed in you then. I believed in you before that night.
Yes.
I knew that you had to continue, and I didn't want the enemy to come in and stop you from your purpose. So I'm grateful for you trusting me to be able to share with you what I believe that you needed to do, because you're doing an amazing job. And so I knew that when God gave me that word for you, just seeing you blossom and seeing you grow, that I knew that it was a place that you needed to be. So I'm super honored. I'm proud to say that I was part of your process, but you're doing such an amazing job. And I'm just grateful that God aligned our paths in order for us to continue to work together and be able to root each other on as we continue to grow in our businesses.
Absolutely. I love you so much. Thank you, lady, for everything. You are so welcome. I appreciate you, and great job. Blessings and prayers along your journey, because trust me, you are going straight to the top. Shout out to Mark Davenport with his group, and Najee Brooks. Promote her. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for accepting the opportunity for us to have the interview here on today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for the call. And anytime and anything that you need, know that I'm just a phone call away.
Yeah. I appreciate you. Tell your family thank you and prayers along the way.
I surely will.
I appreciate
they all
you, lady.
are watching. So we are from Louisiana. We're watching. So we had a good time. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, family, for joining us on today. You got to see the lady, Mika Diamond, on tomorrow. Dr. Alexa McClurkin and Henry Kekula. You will see them on tomorrow. And that's it. I appreciate you. Bye.